Hello children, today I will read The Golden Fish. An old fisherman and his wife lived in a tiny tumble-down hut by the shores of a beautiful lake. They were extremely poor, but they always had fresh fish to eat and sometimes even enough left over to sell in the market. But however many fish the old man caught and however hard he worked, his wife was never happy. "Oh, just look at this awful old tumble-down hut with its leaky roof," she moaned. "And I'm so sick of wearing this horrible shabby dress. If only I had married a handsome prince, I'd live in a palace and have wonderful sparkly dresses." Even though she was always unhappy, the old man loved his wife very much and did everything he could to try to please her. One morning, as usual, he dragged his scruffy old boat through the rain down to the water's edge and rowed out to the middle of the lake to start fishing. "Maybe this will be my lucky day," he thought as he cast his net out into the green water on the end of a long, scratchy rope. "Maybe I'll catch so many fish. We'll have enough money to buy a new boat and fix the roof of the hut." While the old man daydreamed, raindrops plopped into the water around him. The boat rocked lazily and the water lapped gently against its sides. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash. "And we could buy some fresh bread and some cheese in the market and some creamy milk. And my wife will smile and clap her hands when I show her the gorgeous new dress I have bought her." Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash. A sudden sharp tug on the rope jolted the old man out of his daydream. "What on earth?" he muttered, bracing himself against the side of the boat with his legs to begin hauling up the net. Whatever was inside, it felt bigger and heavier than anything he had ever caught before. Hand over hand, he started to pull up the rope, straining and puffing to land the enormous catch. "New roof, new boat, new dress," he chanted. The net seemed to get heavier and heavier every time he heaved. "Fresh cheese, fresh milk, fresh bread," he shouted gleefully as at last the net emerged from the depths. With a final great groan, he hauled the net over the side. It landed in the bottom of the boat with a plop. The old man fell back in confusion, caught his breath, then launched himself forward and started scrabbling frantically around with his hands. After all that heaving and all that hoping, his dreams were dashed. The net was completely empty. Then he heard a strange little voice. "Help me, please help me." It seemed to be coming from somewhere inside the net. When he scrabbled around again, right at the bottom, he found a tiny golden fish gasping out the words in a human voice. "If you let me go, I will grant you 3 wishes," said the fish. "I am a magic fish, honest mister. They call me the wish fish. That's why I can talk and do this." To prove its point, the fish flapped free of the net, jumped up in the air, and turned a fancy somersault before flopping back down at the old man's feet. "Ta-da!" gasped the fish, clapping its fins together. The old man just stared, open-mouthed, unable to believe what he was hearing or seeing. Then, in shock, he blurted out the first thing he could think of. "A roof, please, a new roof. That's what I wish for. A roof that doesn't leak." "No sooner said than done," said the fish. "Do you like that?" "No sooner said than done. A famous old genie taught me to say that at Wish School." Yes," said the old man. "All right, mister. A new roof it is," said the fish. Then it jumped up and over the side of the boat, plopped into the water, and disappeared into the murky green depths. The old man lost no time in rowing back to tell his wife about what had happened. But when he neared the shore, he saw she was already running down to meet him, waving and pointing towards their hut. "You will never guess what," she gabbled, "pouring with rain, but it's fixed. Our roof, it's fixed, doesn't leak, looks like new, no idea how." "I do," said the old man. When he explained all about the fish and the wishes, far from being happy, the old man's wife looked close to tears. "Is that all you could think of?" she moaned. "Fix an old roof? We hardly have a crust of bread to eat or a stitch to wear, and all you could wish for was that?" The old man just sighed. "Go back and ask that fish for something else," his wife demanded. "Quickly, while it's still in the mood to grant wishes." So the fisherman rowed back out to the middle of the lake and called, "Here, wishy fishy, here, little fish, please come back." Seconds later, the fish popped its head above the water. "Happy with your roof?" it asked. "Oh yes, lovely job, thank you. Beautiful workmanship and all that. But my wife would like something more." "More?" said the fish. "More?" "Yes, well, all right. Whatever the missus wants." A new house?" asked the fisherman hesitantly. "No sooner said than done," said the fish, and vanished once more into the depths of the lake. And so the fisherman and his wife got a splendid new house with shiny new furniture, soft beds, a wardrobe full of gorgeous dresses, and a kitchen stocked with fantastic food. But still, the fisherman's wife wanted more. "I'd like to be queen," she declared. "Then I can rule over all the people in all the land. I'd ride around in a golden carriage, wear a golden crown, and everyone would have to curtsy and bow to me. Now that would really make me happy." The third time the fisherman rowed out to call to the fish, he had a funny feeling in his stomach. What if the fish couldn't grant that wish? What would his wife say? But the fish appeared as before and happily granted the third wish. And when the fisherman returned to the shore, he saw his wife waving to him through the window of a sparkling carriage drawn by 6 white horses. Their splendid new house was now an immense palace with turrets and guards and servants running this way and that. The fisherman sighed. "I miss the old days," he thought, "but at least my wife is happy at last." Sadly, he was wrong. "I want to rule everything," the queen announced that evening. "I want to rule all the animals and all the fish in all the lakes and all the seas and all the oceans in all the world. And I want it now." "But," said the fisherman, remembering that they had used up all 3 wishes. "Go and tell that fish what I want," said his wife, gesturing with her hand for him to leave. I command you. With a heavy heart, once more the fisherman rowed out to the middle of the lake in his scruffy old boat. Wishy fishy, he called quietly. Oh, whatever is it now? Said the fish grumpily, popping up beside the boat. Is the missus still not happy? No, said the old man. She still wants more. She wants. Too greedy, said the fish, not even waiting to hear what she wanted. Goodbye. And with a flick of its little tail, it disappeared into the deep green water. The fisherman turned his boat and began to row slowly back towards the shore, slowly back to his tumble-down hut with its leaky roof, and slowly back to his wife in her shabby old dress. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.